And gentlemen, it is currently July 4th, 2010. That means it's Independence Day, where we Americans get together, barbecue, drink heavily, and blow up questionably legal explosives. So, of course, this is going to be a little bit shorter of a daily, so that way you can go blow things up, and so I can go watch people blow things up. I don't really want to do any of that stuff, just because I live in a highly flammable area, namely South Central Los Angeles. So, I'm going to just go to USC, sit on the pavement, and watch the big fireworks display, which is going to be pretty sweet. But in the most important news that you will ever hear in your entire life, this is the big stuff, this is the important stuff. I'm going to be announcing this like nonstop. On the 26th of July, starting from 4 p.m. to 4 a.m., that's right leading up to the Starcraft 2 launch, I am having a countdown party with a live venue. It's going to be held at Harvey Mudd College in Los Angeles, California. It's going to be, it's huge. We have this big auditorium set up, so we're going to have several hundred chairs and spaces. Me and DJ Weed will be casting. We'll have this enormous projector screen where we'll have all sorts of great community content. We're going to have the finals of a King of the Beta tournament that I'm hosting that already has some seriously sick players confirmed for that, with a $2,000 first place prize. Bam! What else is awesome about this? Yeah, there's going to be like a StarCraft 1 LAN area. We're going to have like Xbox stations set up so you guys can play Super Street Fighter 4 and like Super Smash Brothers and all that good stuff. We'll have board game tables set up because I love board games and I hope so do you. Or even card games such as Dominion, best card game ever. And of course, little booths set up where you can get food so you don't starve to death, and little energy drinks so you guys can have your gamer fuel and all that good jazz. So it's going to be awesome, and all of it, this entire event, is going to be broadcast over Ustream. So in case some of you live in like Germany or something, some country, let's say, that's doing extraordinarily well in the World Cup, then you definitely can tune in via the internets. So just a few other details about it, and then I'll just talk about whatever. So it's going to start at 4 p.m., and DJ Wheat and I will be introducing for the first hour of it, and then we're having 6 to 7 hours of community content. So this would be like us going to a major personality or news site and saying, hey, please provide cool, interesting video. So 30 minutes to an hour or so per party involved. And right now we have involved my brother Tasteless, Artosis, HD Starcraft, Husky Starcraft, Team Liquid, Gosu Gamers, Icy Cup, Gosu Coaching, GLHF TV, Homer, SC Legacy, Fragster, Esports France. I think I'm forgetting people as well, and I'm going to feel bad if I forget about them. But it's going to be awesome. Everyone's involved, and you should totally come down. And for more information and to get tickets to attend, because the space, unfortunately, is limited, it is at day9tv.eventbrite.tv. And that is spelled day9tv, day9tv.event, spelled like the word event, bright, brite.com. So definitely go check that out, because I'm super excited about it. In other awesome, exciting news, I have a cell phone! Oh! For 1 month, I bought just a temporary cell phone, because, part of the reason why I've been in such a seemingly hectic mood and so unavailable is partly because I've been organizing this event for a lot of my time, and I just kind of needed a phone. But let me tell you something, it is impossible to actually get a prepaid 1 month long phone to start functioning. Okay, so get this, it's $50 for the month, so I go into Target, I buy the phone that's $20, and I see it says $50 for unlimited talk and text for 1 month, and I was like, okay, I want to do that. So I have to buy 10 refill cards for Verizon, 10 of these refill cards, and then I have to call them up, and of course it takes 30 minutes to get to talk to a human being, because there's menu of submenu, and there's all these numbers I have to read, and they're like, do you have the security number? Yes, here it is. Do you have your activation code? Okay, here's this. Do you have the code that's on the back of the battery? And I'm like, the battery that is in the phone that I'm talking to you with? She's like, yes. Did you write that down before you put it in? I was like, no. And she's like, you're gonna need to unplug the phone then, and I'll have to call you back. I'm like, well, I'm at Target, you can't call me. She's like, well, good luck calling back. So I have to take the phone apart and write down this number, and I'm all mad. So then once I finally get everything in, I'm finally ready to pay. I can't pay $50. I have to pay with 5 $10 little refill cards, each of which has a 14-digit number on it. So I have to read 5 14-digit numbers to a lady. And then get this, she has to punch in those numbers via another voice-activated computer entry system form. So I'm on the phone. I'm sitting in one of those lounge couches in Target, the display things. They're all elevated. I'm just sitting next to the mannequin and stuff. And I hear this, please enter the 14-digit code for the refill. And I'm listening to her enter it in. And she misses one. So I have to, like, read her all 14 things again. And it finally happened. So I have a cell phone. So it's pretty cool. So now I can organize while on the fly. Is there anything else cool going on? Rewatching Jericho, the TV show. Oh, I love Jericho. And just recently installed Heroes of Might and Magic 2, one of my all-time favorite games. Oh my god, one of my loves, even before Starcraft. So, gonna have a good evening of fun in for me. But until then, we're going to do a daily. It's going to again be a little bit short because people have to blow shit up. But of course, I always will attend a daily if I can. But we're watching a game of HuKs being played today. And HuK is awesome, right? HuK's just a very talented player. So I'm really excited that he gave me some of his replays. So I'm like, yeah. So this is a game that I think is the way that games are going to start looking in StarCraft 2. Let me just make sure that it is at the appropriate speed. All right, fantastic. So the problem that I think a lot of people are just feeling or observing casually is that, actually, let me briefly introduce. We have HuK here in green at the north, and we have Moo as the orange Terran at the right. The problem that people have been seeing a lot is that players will build up. You'll see a player expand, and then he'll put up some defenses here, and then he'll just sit and hang out. And then he won't really do anything. He'll just build and build and build. And you get these two players just sitting, chilling, not doing anything. And then one of them moves out into the middle of the map that, by the way, completely uncontested, literally gets to walk into the center of the map, no problem. And then he attacks and wins, or he attacks and loses, and that's the nature of the game right now. And I think that's typical of the way the game would play right now, because people are too busy trying to figure out the right unit compositions and the right basic openings. But once they start getting some creative openings and they really want to start putting pressure on, we get to see some really cool stuff. And this is a game that I would label as really cool stuff. So first of all, right off the bat, we have Moo doing an early barracks, right? He's doing it before his supply depot. HuK doing a pylon. I'm sure he would go gateway before pylon were it possible, but of course, even superheroes like HuK are constrained by the rules of the game. And HuK is a player who, in watching him, I've noticed that he does get unusually late gateways. I've seen him very often get gateway 14, gas 15, whereas most players are getting it around 12, especially the European players tend to get their gateways around 12. And occasionally you'll see players get it at 10, but very rarely as late as 14. But HuK definitely values getting a very excellent economy up. And of course, this is the basic overall look to things. Again, still a lot of contention over what is the most efficient opening for Protoss. Because obviously, if you power too hard as Protoss, try to get like 14, 15 probes up before you start that gateway, then your core is really late and you can lose to Reaper rushes very easily. So interestingly, Moo, I have not seen him do anything really with this ultra early barracks. Ordinarily, if you get a very early barracks, it's to do some sort of Reaper rush, or even Marauder rushes are very popular on Kulos Ravine, or to get a very fast orbital command, but neither of those is what we're seeing. And the focus of this game will not only just to be, hey, this is a cool, awesome game, but also how this, I think, is a very natural evolution of the way StarCraft is going to begin evolving. Part of the reason why I'm so excited for the beta to come up, and of course for the game to be released, which of course you should attend at my countdown party, which will be awesome. So the one notable advantage that Moo gets by getting that very early barracks is notice how HuK has been unable to scout anything. He hasn't even seen a single building from his opponent, so Moo then will be able to take the Zelnaga Watchtower. HuK's getting his Cybernetics Core up. This is a very popular style of play. To get the Zealot up as the Cybernetics Core is under construction, this is what a lot of players who power really hard like HuK do. They just save up. And yeah, look at that. This Stalker really wasn't even delayed. And there is the Cybernetics Core and the Gateway both going down. Or excuse me, the Warp Gate and the Stalker both going down. This Assimilator's a little bit delayed, but still ends up working out pretty nicely. And uh-oh, Moo easily getting spotted here as HuK just waltzes directly into his main. No contention, no issue whatsoever. Two more barracks going down. And this, though it looks kind of funky, is just a variant of a typical opening by Terran. So, I mean, what we're seeing is a distinct lack of micro here, as that Zealot manages to kill a lot right there. But this is what I call the delayed Reaper, which is a scouting play. Reaper rushing lets you kill off probes, but delayed Reapering lets you get up into your opponent's base and see exactly what's up. Because look at this, this Reaper is easily going to see exactly what HuK is doing. Walks right by the robotics facility, and really just stops scouting at that point. And now it's going to go for some probes, but this is a very nice play, especially because, HuK is starting to try to move out with the Stalkers, trying to push back those Marines. And look at this sick micro going on by Mu as he manages to take out a lot of probes. This one manages to live to tell the tale, but the way that this actually ended up happening, I think, is interesting. So you heard me say that, oh yeah, delayed Reaper is just very